The third theory, which I actually think should be the fourth, but we'll call this a third theory for now. But I'm saying it as a third theory because we already mentioned Matsumoto, who the student of Paul Ekman, and because he has what we call the facial feedback hypothesis. Now, he doesn't even claim that this is the whole story, but he does claim that this is an important factor in the way the emotions are produced, are evolve. And what he call the facial feedback hypothesis is basically that there's a stimulus from the outside, just like everything else. There's going to be some sort of stimulus from the outside, and the brain has some sort of interpretation of it, but what it does is it feeds straight to the facial muscles. His evidence is in these micro expressions that come automatically, even if you try to control them. So it comes automatically to the facial muscles, and then we actually feel the way our faces feel. I mean, if you make a face like this, you know there's that. You know what it means, right? No, but it's not necessarily. But the brain, even a microsecond, it happens, and you feel it in your brain, and you understand it, and then you're going to start interpreting it as being as your emotion actually is. So that is number 3, which I like to make number 4, but we'll call it number 3. Number 4, which is one of my favorite, actually, that theory, is the Schachter-Singer experiment, which is like this. Basically, the question is, okay, so we have a physical thing. The question is, if we have a physiological reaction, a physiological state, right, does that determine our emotions? Right? Now, they had a very simple experiment. I don't think it's actually would be called ethical nowadays, actually, in a sense. However, that being said, it was a very important experiment, and I'll give you a synopsis of it, not the whole big thing, because I don't think we're not doing the actual piece of the research, but it's basically like this. They took some students, right, probably intro to psych students, and they told them that they want to participate in a learning experiment, and the question was, how does vitamins, an injection of vitamins, affect your ability to learn whatever they're going to be learning? Now, unbeknownst to the participants, which makes it unethical nowadays, they gave them, instead of a shot of vitamins, they gave them a shot of epinephrine, right? You know what adrenaline does, right? Adrenaline makes you all hyper, right? It makes you excited. It gives you a physiological reaction. A strong, simple physiological reaction, right? People go out special to get adrenaline rushes, right? So here they were giving adrenaline rushes, but not known that they were getting an adrenaline rush, or they're getting a shot of adrenaline. And then they put them in a room to wait, and they're waiting for the experiment to begin. Everybody's waiting, right? So he's sitting, he's waiting. And they put in an accomplice comes in, and sits down, plops down right down next to him. Now, here we go to the independent variable. The question is, what type of accomplice is going to be sitting down next to the participant? Okay, there are 2 possibilities. That makes it the independent variable. There are 2 possibilities. One is a happy guy. He's having fun. He's throwing paper airplanes. He's singing and dancing. It's a great time we have, right? Whatever it is. Okay. And the second condition, the second possibility for this independent variable, is a guy sitting there. What's wrong with these people? Why do we have to wait so much time? Can't they get their act together? Right? So the guy is in a lousy mood. So you have and what is going to be the dependent variable? The dependent variable is how the participant perceived his weight. Or perceived his physiological excitement, which was caused by the adrenaline. Okay, so you got in other words, everybody got this adrenaline rush. Everybody got the physiological. The question is, how was it interpreted? And lo and behold, the people who were the happy guy were happy. They enjoyed their adrenaline, right? And the people who got with the complainer felt that they had a lousy time. It was bad. It wasn't good. So Schachter and Singer said like this: well, yes, this physiological, but it's the interpretation which we choose to do, as influenced by the social environment. That is what determines the emotion itself.